You think she loved you because you were good to her, because you gave her attention, because you never lied, never made her question your intentions. But here's the harsh truth most men refuse to accept. She didn't love you. She loved how she felt around you. She loved the mirror you held up to her emotions, the way your presence made her feel beautiful, desired, seen. And the moment that feeling faded, so did her loyalty. You could have been perfect on paper, consistent, honest, emotionally available. But women don't stay for logic. They stay for energy, for the rush, for the experience. That's why so many men get blindsided. They do everything right and still get left. Today, I'm going to expose 5 brutal psychological truths about women and love that most men will never learn, unless they've been broken, humiliated, or ignored. This isn't a rant, it's not a game. It's not about becoming someone else. This is a Stoic lesson in emotional mastery. The kind that doesn't just change how you deal with women, it changes how you show up as a man. By the end of this video, you won't just understand female attraction, you'll see through it. Comment below. I value emotional control over emotional chaos. Let's begin. Truth 1. She doesn't love you, she loves her own feelings. Let's break an illusion that most men live and die by, that love is about who you are, that if you're kind, consistent, respectful, and emotionally available, she'll stay. But here's the cold psychological truth. She's not in love with you. She's in love with her own feelings, the way she feels when she's around you. Love to a woman is not built on checklists. It's built on sensations. Waves of emotion flooding her system when your presence lights up her nervous system. Oxytocin, dopamine, adrenaline. Her attraction is chemical, not logical. You're just the delivery mechanism. This is why women often fall for the man who triggers their emotional extremes, not their logical comfort. The man who makes her feel alive, not just safe. The guy who gets under her skin, makes her laugh, pisses her off, and draws her back in with a single look. That's the man who leaves a permanent mark on her psyche. Psychologists call this emotional imprinting. It's the deep emotional stamp you leave when you give her moments she can't explain, but can't forget. This is why the man who teases her, confuses her, challenges her worldview, stays in her mind for years, even when they're long over. Meanwhile, the man who gave her comfort too early, who texted good morning and good night before she even craved it, she forgets him like background noise. But here's the Stoic strategy. You don't become the emotional roller coaster. You become the emotional mirror. Let her feel deeply, but never let her own your emotional state. Be playful, not reactive. Be present, but not overly available. Give her a taste of something rare, and she'll crave it like a drug. Have you ever made her feel everything, only for her to leave you like nothing? Comment your story below. Let's see how many of us have learned this lesson the hard way. Truth 2. The more you chase, the less she feels. Now let me ask you something direct. Have you ever sent a thoughtful message, only to be met with lol or thanks? Have you ever poured your time, energy, and emotion into a woman who replied on her time, talked to you when she felt like it, and left you hanging more than once? You were thinking, I'm showing effort, I'm being honest. But what you didn't realize is, you were killing the very desire you were hoping to build. Here's the psychology. Certainty kills attraction. Mystery, the unknown, the uncertain, the unpredictable, fuels it. This isn't manipulation, it's human nature. When a woman knows exactly when you'll text, exactly how much you like her, exactly what you'll do when she pulls away, she mentally checks out. Her system relaxes, her curiosity dies. Why? Because her emotional reward system is no longer activated. There's no hunt, no chase, no tension. What she really craves is the space to imagine you, to wonder what you're doing, to guess what you're thinking, to replay your last interaction and feel just a little bit unsure. A Stoic man understands this and uses it with integrity. He never chases because he values his time, his energy, his frame. He doesn't try to prove his worth, he embodies it. And when a woman pulls away, he doesn't panic, he doesn't double text, he doesn't spiral into self-doubt. He pulls back further. Not out of ego, but out of respect for himself. Because he knows this. A woman can't feel deep attraction for a man she fully possesses. She only chases what she's afraid to lose, not what's always available. So what do you do instead? You lead. You let her come to you. And when she does, you don't overinvest emotionally. You reward genuine connection, but you never beg for it. You remain the mystery in her mind, not the man in her inbox. Drop this in the comments. If she pulls away, I pull back further. Say it, mean it, live it. If you found value in this video so far, the kind of value that shifts your mindset and helps you see things more clearly, consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps us grow this Stoic community and bring more content like this straight to you. Your support means everything. Thank you. Truth 3. Nice is forgettable. Stoic is unshakable. Let's destroy the nice guy myth right now, completely, brutally, permanently. Women say they want kind, sweet, caring men, and maybe they think they do. But let's talk about what they actually respond to, what they chase, what they remember years later. It's not the guy who always said yes. It's not the man who bent over backward to please her. It's the man who stood his ground, the one who didn't flinch when she threw emotional tests his way. The man who, without anger or drama, showed her he couldn't be moved like a pawn on her emotional chessboard. Because deep down, every woman wants to feel something most men are too afraid to embody. I can't move him. Not emotionally, not sexually, not socially. She wants to see where your breaking point is. She'll say something just to provoke you. She'll cancel last minute, delay her replies, flirt with uncertainty. Not because she's evil, but because she needs to know who you really are under pressure. And if you crack, if you fold, if you beg for reassurance, it's over. Even if she doesn't say it, something inside her starts to shut off. What most men don't realize is this. She's not testing you to break you. She's testing you to find your strength. She wants to know, can this man protect my emotions without being pulled by them? Can he hold his frame even when I lose mine? That's why the nice guy loses. He avoids conflict. He says what she wants to hear. He over-explains. He thinks being soft will make her feel safe, but it only makes her feel unsure. Because if you can't even say no to her, how could you ever say no to the world for her? The Stoic man is different. He's not emotionally numb. He's emotionally grounded. He listens, but doesn't react. He leads without controlling. He loves deeply, but never at the cost of self-respect. When she pushes him, he doesn't lash out or retreat. He holds still, like a mountain in a storm. And that stillness, that silent, unshakable energy, that's what burns into her memory. That's what makes her come back even after trying to move on. How do you stay stoic when she tests your patience? Share your mindset in the comments. Your calm is your power. The test that changed everything. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Alex, calm, confident, stoic. He was dating a woman who said all the right things, that she wanted honesty, emotional openness, and a man who would never hurt her. So Alex did just that. He showed up every time. He never raised his voice. He texted good morning, remembered the little things, made sure she never had to wonder where they stood. But something strange happened. The more emotionally available he became, the more distant she grew. Until one day she said, "I just don't feel the same anymore." Alex was confused, heartbroken, angry even. He asked himself, how could she leave when I gave her everything she said she wanted? But then it clicked. He wasn't failing by being a bad man. He was failing by becoming too predictable, too transparent, too owned. She didn't feel emotional polarity anymore. No tension, no mystery. So Alex made a shift. He stopped trying to be the perfect man. He didn't become mean, just centered. He let silence speak. He let her wonder again. And that was the exact moment. She came back. Because once a woman realizes she can't fully read you, you become irresistible again. Have you ever passed a test by not reacting? Drop your story below. The calm wins every time. Truth 4. She's in love with the story, not the man. Here's a truth that might sting. The woman you think loves you doesn't actually know you, not fully. Because she's not in love with you. She's in love with the story she created about you in her head. her fantasy, her emotional projection, her own private movie in which you play a starring role, often without your full consent. That's why two women can date the exact same man and have totally different experiences. One says he's irresistible, magnetic, mysterious. The other says he's average, too quiet, or even boring. What changed? Not the man, the frame. The emotional narrative each woman brought with her shaped how she experienced him. In psychology, this is called cognitive projection, the act of layering your own desires, fears, and fantasies onto someone else. This is dangerous for men who don't understand how attraction really works, because they start trying to earn her love logically, by being a good guy, by always showing up, by over-explaining their feelings. But love isn't logical. It's not earned. It's evoked. And it's evoked by the emotional story playing in her subconscious, the unpredictability, the contrast, the tension between desire and distance. Here's the catch. If you don't control the story, it will control you. If she knows exactly who you are, what you think, and how you'll react, she stops wondering about you. And when she stops wondering, she stops feeling. The mystery dies. The excitement vanishes. And she begins mentally categorizing you as safe, predictable, and eventually forgettable. So how do you regain control of the narrative? You become emotionally multidimensional. You show contrast. You're present one moment, distant the next. You're playful but assertive. You reveal glimpses of depth, but never the whole story. You stay calm in chaos. You remain unbothered when others seek to provoke you. She should never feel like she has you completely figured out, because once the mystery ends, so does the attraction. This doesn't mean being manipulative. It means being intentional. You're shaping perception, not playing games. Because in the world of female psychology, perception is everything. And the man who controls perception controls the story. And the story is what she falls in love with. Drop a comment. What kind of emotional story do you think women build about you? Curious to see your insights. This part might just be the real red pill. Truth 5. Emotional safety, emotional drama. At her core, every woman is emotionally fluid. Not because she's unstable or manipulative, but because she's designed to feel. Her emotions are like tides. They rise and fall, shift with context, and respond instantly to her environment. One moment, she's deeply in love. The next, distant. One week, she's craving closeness. The next, she's unsure of everything. This isn't dysfunction, it's biology. In a world that overwhelms her senses, that tells her to look perfect, act strong, stay feminine, be independent yet submissive, she is constantly navigating internal storms. And what she's desperately searching for, whether she knows it or not, is not a man who fights her chaos, but one who remains unmoved by it. This is what separates men she dates temporarily from the one she never forgets. It's not the loudest man in the room. It's not the richest or the most romantic. It's the man whose presence creates peace. The man who listens without immediately offering solutions. Who holds space for her emotional waves without becoming a wave himself. Who can stay grounded, calm, while she's unraveling. That's what emotional safety actually looks like. And no, it's not soft. It's the highest form of masculine strength. Most men misunderstand this. When a woman becomes emotional, they either go into fixer mode, offering solutions before she even finishes expressing herself, or they match her energy, becoming reactive, irritated, or worse, emotionally chaotic themselves. And both responses destroy attraction. Why? Because one makes her feel unseen, the other makes her feel unsafe. But when you show her that no matter what emotion she brings, sadness, frustration, doubt, you remain steady, calm, collected, something shifts in her nervous system. Her guard drops, her breathing slows, her mind quiets down. In that moment, she feels something most men will never give her: true, subconscious trust. This is what Stoic masculinity is really about. Not emotionless, not distant, but unshakable. When her world is loud, you are silence. When her emotions are spiraling, you are stillness. When she needs chaos to bounce off of, you refuse to be her mirror. You become her anchor. And the best part? She doesn't even know why she feels so drawn to you. She just knows she feels safe. With you, her system doesn't have to be in fight or flight. She doesn't have to pretend, control, or test. She can relax. And that's the feeling she'll return to again and again, even when she doesn't understand it. That's why women don't stay for grand gestures or expensive dates. They stay for emotional regulation, for the man whose internal world is stronger than hers. For the one who doesn't lose himself trying to hold her, because in holding himself, he holds her too. Comment below, be the calm in her storm. And ask yourself, do you respond to her chaos or neutralize it with your presence? Why she keeps coming back, even after leaving you. Ever wondered why some women leave and then reappear months later? You thought it was over. She ghosted, blocked you, moved on. Then out of nowhere, a random like on your post, a "Hey stranger" text, a phone call at midnight like nothing ever happened. It's not random, it's psychological. Because once a woman feels safe in your presence, calm, emotional resonance, spiritual weight, she doesn't just forget that feeling. Even if she tries, she might chase the next thrill. She might get distracted by something new. But deep down, her body remembers you. Her nervous system remembers what it felt like to breathe easier in your energy. This is why emotional regulation is power. You're not just another man. You're a standard her mind compares every other man to. She may forget your words, your promises, your gifts, but she won't forget how her chaos quieted in your silence. And when she hits emotional burnout with someone else, she'll seek the one thing she can't buy: peace. That's the final truth they never tell you. You don't win her heart by force. You win it by becoming the home she didn't know she needed, until she walked too far from it. Have you ever had someone walk away and come back, but you were no longer the same? Let us know in the comments. You want to be unforgettable? Then stop trying to be the perfect man. Stop chasing love like it's something you need to earn. Stop bending, apologizing, performing, just to fit an image that was never meant for you. Because the truth is, the more you try to impress her, the more invisible you become. And the moment you stop needing her approval is the moment she starts feeling your value. A Stoic man doesn't attract by force. He attracts by presence. He doesn't beg to be loved. He becomes the kind of man love gravitates toward. Not because he says the right things, but because he is the right energy. Grounded, clear, unbothered, magnetic, not through noise, but through depth. That's what Stoicism teaches. Not to be cold, but to be composed. Not to hide your emotions, but to own them. Not to chase love, but to embody it. When you do that, women notice. They feel it. And they remember you, not as the man who needed them, but as the one who changed the way they felt about themselves. So if this hit something inside you, don't just nod and scroll. Do something with it. Go back into your life with stillness in your mind and fire in your soul. Like this video? Subscribe and turn on notifications. Because here, we don't teach tricks, we teach transformation. Stay sharp. Stay stoic. Let them chase,